You know, we really must stop meeting like this. It's unbecoming for a deity to appear every time a mortal of theirs gets themselves in a spot of bother. Hey, watch your tone. Just because I'm a minor figure of the Pantheon doesn't mean I won't smite you for disrespecting me. But maybe you're right. I do afford you a certain level of lenience, seeing as currently you are my only devout follower. Now then, Ugh. This place is vile. Where are we anyway? And why are you chained to the wall? Did you go on another drunken stampede in my honor again? Oh, never mind. I would have sensed that. Actually, did I ever tell you that counted as very effective worship that one time you did it? I was riding that high for weeks. Used the extra power to grow myself another vineyard in the heavens. Anyway, who did you annoy this time? Because if it was another wizard, you'll need to get them drunk. My powers on the mortal plane will only suffice if they're inebriated enough, so much so that they're slurring their words. Well, I think it was you who did something because whenever you pray to me, it's always to clean up a mess you made. You've only ever been a constant thorn in my side since that first time you prayed in my name. Sorry, that was uncalled for. Though you must understand my annoyance. I'm a deity, part of the pantheon that created this land. I should have bigger things to do than help my one and only follower. Well, it's not my fault your people decided to live in a land where it's cold and barren. How is a deity of wine meant to thrive here, when the only grape that can be grown only produces something that equates to vinegar? Here, I only exist in Lord's cellars, and a thought is only passed to me when a cask is brought out to celebrate a married couple. Though, you have been faithful, that I cannot deny, so I shall reward that faith, so long as you tell me why you've been chained down here. Ah, it was the Lord's heir. So that silver tongue of yours got you in trouble. Again. I take it they were the ones who brought you the wine and food. Thankfully, a pitcher of wine and a knowing believer is all I need to appear in physical form. Otherwise, I could have shouted words of encouragement in the back of your mind, as they flogged you in the town square. Though, knowing you, you may be perfectly happy with that sort of punishment. Oh, yes, you're stuck. I'm aware. There. Done. You'll be free in no time. Just have to wait until the guard's next visit. Hey! As much as I love a good vintage, don't drink the wine. That's how I'm getting you out, fool. Well, I charmed it. It should be irresistible to anyone not actively resisting it. And on top of that, anyone who does drink it should be out within the minute. Then you just grab the keys, unchain yourself, and walk on out. Fine. If you're apparently able to think of a better plan, go ahead. You obviously don't need my help. That's what I thought. Now, I'll catch up with you once it all goes exactly as planned. And you, my precious little mortal, get out without even breaking a sweat. Until then. Well, there you are. Mind if I join you? Are you raising a toast in my name? You know, you should be. After all, my divine touch saved your hide yet again. Okay, perhaps I lied about the not having to break a sweat part. But did you see the size of that guard? I would have probably needed a whole cult chanting my name just to turn that wine potent enough to keep him down. Still, it did make that bear drowsy enough that you managed to wrestle the keys off him. So, personally, I would say that plan worked perfectly fine. Come on, you're doing it again. Don't sulk. You always get like this when you drink alone. Come now, you should be celebrating. Look, I'll even turn that swirl into something drinkable for you. There. Now lift it to your nose. Smell it all. Grapes individually chosen from my vineyard in the heavens. The oak from the barrel is shaped from the fallen great woods. Spices few mortal tongues have ever tasted. Mm-hmm. It's a new recipe I'm trying. Go on, try a sip. And that's it. Now, take your time. Let it flow and evolve. Savor it. Now, what do you think? I'm glad. I'm proud of this one. Really tried to make one you'd like. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? Besides, you're the only mortal who can directly try my wines anyway. The only others are the rest of the Pantheon, but they're far more concerned with ale and spirits like the rest of this summer-forsaken continent. And, well, to be honest, as the only mortal to ever pray to me sincerely, you've got a surprising amount of power over me. No, I'm serious. My very being is shaped in no insignificant part by what the people believe me to be. The gods themselves would cease to exist if every being stopped believing it to be there. In some sense of it, for the time being, your thoughts define me. For example, many theologians have depicted it, but it's mainly in the backgrounds of pieces about the other gods. But I'm there often enough, picture in hand, showing that my place in the pantheon is secure. Now, you, on the other hand, you affect me in stranger ways. For example, you have a strange compulsion to hum when you drink wine, and so you associate the two. So now I've found myself humming tunes I didn't know the words to when I typically worked in silence. I'm thankful every day, though, that the mortal experience of hangovers has not caught on. I'm serious. Yes, of course you're that special to me. You are my one and only true believer. Were it not for you, I could only experience the mortal plane with red-cheeked drunks, who would not even remember meeting me when they woke the next morning. But enough of that. How about you go to the innkeeper and get a pitcher of wine, and a room, so we can get away from this rabble. See if you like any of my other new wines. Very good. We'll meet upstairs then, and perhaps you can teach me some of those charming tunes you know while we're at it.